Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and we are on the last story of the newspaper strips called The Final Trap, released in 1984. It's been a long time coming, folks, but we have now, after this, have finished the newspaper strips. Now, of course, it's in our final issue or trade, the Classic Star Wars Escape to Hoth, but of course you can also find it in Classic Star Wars number 20, the single issue by Dark Horse. So, this came out in 1984. And unfortunately, it being the final one, it's a very story, which is, to me, kind of a disappointment. So, our heroes have been dealing with stuff on Hoth, right? Because they're setting up the new base, and they get this transmission from Princess Leia. And C-3PO and R2-D2 from the jungle planet called Verdanth. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's several things in these Star Wars things that are kind of hard to pronounce. But anyways, Verdanth, where basically there is a supposed rebel distress beacon that is there, and it's going off, and it's led the droids into this Imperial trap. So basically they're like, we got to go get them. We got to go and get these droids on this jungle planet, Verdanth. So light years away, Vader is trying to read Luke's mind through the Force. He's trying to kind of probe his mind, kind of like he does in Return of the Jedi, where he finds out that Leia is his daughter. But Luke is able to block it, which is, I guess, kind of interesting. We're able to see Luke kind of do that there, and yet he can't really do that in Jedi. And again, maybe, I mean, again, the circumstances I think are a little bit different. Luke was definitely in a little bit more, I guess, maybe some emotional different place emotionally, because he knew Vader was his father and there was a lot more at stake there. But it just, again, it's like, okay, post A New Hope Luke can do it, and Return of the Jedi Luke can't, or it's harder for him to do so. So to me, that was a little far-fetched and a little strange. So because Luke is able to block it, basically, Vader, it prompts him to say, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send out these probe droids that'll search the galaxy, and we'll eventually find the rebels. And where we find them, Skywalker will probably be with them. Now, this might sound familiar because this is prompting the beginning of The Empire Strikes Back, where we see probe droids being sent out to all corners of the galaxy. So it's setting up episode 5, which is really cool. In fact, Vader, after Luke blocks his, basically, so Luke attempts to retrieve information from the Imperial messenger drone. Darth Vader strikes. No, the Force. Someone reaching out through the machine. And basically, that's where Luke's able to block it. And Vader then says, Skywalker, of all the rebels who might have fallen into my trap on Verdanth, the Force is strong enough within him that my long-distance probing will not instantly make him reveal the new location of the rebel base. Still, he is untrained. Through his cybernetic link, he shall bend to my will. And then, Vader says, lost him again. Continue launching probes. Perhaps one of those will do what we failed to accomplish with our trap on Verdanth. And basically, that is how it ends. So, the classic Star Wars, this story, is it an essential read? No, it is not. It is cool to see, I guess, what helps prompt Vader to launch the probe droids, because that is such, it's part of, one of the movies. It's a iconic thing. So it is cool to see, I guess, the genesis of that. But the whole story being a trap on Verdanth and the rebels trying to overcome it, to me, it's a little like, it's I don't know, it's just not that memorable or that good enough of a story for me to highly recommend it. So now that we've finished the Star Wars strips, I guess talking about them as a whole, just to kind of summarize, what did I think of the classic Star Wars strips? Personally, I think they're really, really good. Archie Goodwin and Al Williamson did a fantastic job on them. Russ Manning, of course, in the very beginning. They were really good. I really like the classic strips. I think that they are very good Star Wars storytelling. I think the art is fantastic. There are some that are very, very good. And then, of course, there are some that maybe aren't that great. But honestly, I think they're really good. I think they're worth definitely checking out and reading. I don't think I'd put them in my top 10 of Star Wars comics, maybe top 20. But I guess I'd have to think about that a little bit more. But I do think that they're very entertaining, and again, there are good stories there, and some that I would say are definitely worth checking out. So it's up to you. Like I said, issue number 20, meh story, but as a whole, I definitely think that the classic Star Wars strips are worth checking out. So folks, that is all the time I have for today, and I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library.